You know what's funny? Because we were going to talk actually about the Captain America movie. Like a month or two ago, like a 12-pack of Coke had a bunch of like Captain America, Marvel, Brave New World advertising shit on it because it was originally supposed to come out on the Deadpool release date in July. And because of the way these contracts sometimes work, whether it's like with McDonald's or whether it's with one of these big brands, sometimes all that shit is like planned so far. They can't like pull that advertising. So they just have to put it out. And it's a complete waste of fucking money. They're just going to have to re-advertise for it again coming in like January and February when the thing's actually supposed to release, which is just so fucking funny.
When it's all said and done, what is your guess on how much money this movie is going to spend? Because it seems like we're at 375 right now.
Yeah, so does
that make it the biggest movie? Sorry, I mean to cut you. That's bigger than Indiana Jones, right?
That would be, but I will say I don't know if we have the official Indiana Jones numbers yet. I don't know if we've officially seen those, have we? The official, because that did film in the UK, I think.
Yeah.
So we should have some official numbers from that at some point in time. But yes, there's been an update about Captain America 4, the troubled production, which, they had stopped filming. They had completed filming on this thing. And then several months later, they're like, oh, by the way, we're going to delay it by almost a year. And all of a sudden, we start heading into the massive reshoot territory. Harrison Ford is probably angry as hell that he has to keep coming back to this set to play a comic book character. I can only imagine how irritated he is. Just having to work all this extra. He's like, I never should have taken this $10 million. But we are getting an update on Captain America 4 Brave New World. What was once sold to us as, the budget for this is around $270 million, which is a lot just in and of itself. If it was just $270 million, but they promised it's not going to get anywhere close to 300. Apparently, that's not the case. Captain America Brave New World reshoots reportedly ballooned budget to $375 million. It's like they're shooting a brand new movie. And we had heard about this, that it was so fucked up that they had such bad feedback about this thing that they had to scrap virtually all the action sequences, that they were probably going to have to reshoot the majority of this movie. And I wouldn't be surprised if it balloons up to more than 375 when it's all said and done. We're talking about almost $400 million for a fake Captain America movie. You're setting yourself up to have to hit not just $1 billion, you're talking $1.2 billion maybe to break even. That's fucking insanity.
That's not going to happen. Remember when they had like the plot leaks and all that stuff? Do you think there was any truth to that? Like some of that stuff got out and then they were like, we got to change all this.
I think the one like Reddit plot leak, I think that was pretty much bullshit.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that was pretty much bullshit, but I do feel like they got really bad feedback internally and by anybody they showed it to, that they just felt they had to fix it. But this isn't as insane as $375 million sounds. It's really not that insane because look at what we've seen. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania set to blow its budget as costs surged to nearly $330 million. That's something that they told us cost $200 million. In actuality, cost close to $330 million. What about Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness? You remember that one? $414 million. Now, they got a UK tax credit that brought the total spending down to $350 million. But just think about that. This is also a movie that had to do significant reshoots on, which is one of the reasons it exploded like that. Like, this is now just standard for Marvel.
They shoot a film. They go, hey, how do you guys like it? I don't like it. All right, let's start over again and do something different. My gosh, man. That's insane. Spending almost $500 million for a superhero film.
Well, I mean, if that superhero film makes $5 billion, then it might be a good investment. But if it makes... If you're setting yourself up to, if I don't hit $1 billion, I will lose money. That's a bad business prospect.
It's crazy. Like, do you remember off the top of your head, like what the budget for Avatar was? Like it's got to make Avatar
375 or 400.
So it's got to make like Avatar numbers to even come close. What is that famous line from the Falcon when he looks at the senator?
Do better, Senator.
Yeah, that's it. That's what they need to do. Disney needs to look at themselves and do better.